you would like to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel. How's it going, guys? My name is Marcus, and this is the very first Code With Me video that I'm doing. I've been on a bit of a learning adventure, and I've been learning Python with the CS50p course. I've just finished the lecture 6 file IO, and I thought I would do a bit of practice code, and I thought, why not bring you along with it so we can try and figure this out together, because I am useless. So I'm sure you'll be able to figure out how to do it much better than I will. If you do, please feel free to chuck any suggestions, comments, ideas, whatever in the comments below so that we can all learn together. On that note, I would really appreciate it if you haven't already to like and subscribe, and if you can share as well to people that might enjoy this kind of content. That'd be great, just because I want to obviously grow this channel as best as I possibly can. On that same note as well, I would like to thank all of those that have liked and subscribed to any of my previous videos. If you haven't seen it already, you can check it out by clicking on that link just up there, where I've been doing a Learn Python With Me video series. So if you want to check that out, please feel free. Anyway, let's crack on with the code. Okay, so here we are in VS Code. This is actually the CS50 version of CS Code, because it's browser based, and I'm just going to create a directory. So make dir, what I want to call it. If I do, I'm just going to call it file IO playabout. Right, so what I want to do in this is what we just learned was opening files and editing them, so appending things to lists and things like that. So essentially what I want to do is get the user to put into the command line the file. So let's do add to list.py. So yeah, like I say, in here what I want to do is get user file name input. From that I want to say if the file does not equal CSV, then I want to sysexit, and if the file does not exist, then sysexit again. So essentially in the command line, I want them to put the name of the file. That's what I'm hoping for. After that, I want to confirm file name with the user. Then I want to ask user how many new lines to add, which I've pretty much done before, and then ask user for new lines, and then confirm new lines. So I've already done this. If you haven't seen that last little section that I've just typed up, I've pretty much done that in already in another project that I created. If you want to check that code out, then that is in my 003 Learn Python With Me episode, which will be linked around here somewhere as well. So that's essentially what I want to do. I want to basically ask the user what file they want to open and confirm that that's the file that they want to open. Then ask how many lines or how many new inputs, ask for the new lines, so that'll be a loop, and then confirm the new lines, and then finally confirm new lines and add to CSV file. Right, so that's where we are there. So now I need to also code list.csv. So we've got an empty list, and what can we add? Let's try and think. What about song and artist? So let's do song and artist is going to be our columns. Cool, so that's making sense so far, I think. Let's clear that so we can focus solely on this. So the first thing I want to do then is import sys, and I'm going to want to import CSV as well. So now I want to, so the user will be typing in essentially Python add to list.py and then list.csv. That's essentially what they'll be typing in the command line. So I want to check to see what name this is. That's right, yeah. And if the last 3 characters aren't CSV, then I want to sysexit. So if we do define main, do a question mark there, and then we'll do if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals equals underscore main, then run main. There we go. So we've got this little boilerplate going on. So what we want to do is, if I create a new variable called file name, file name equals, and that's going to be sys.argv position 012, isn't it? I'm going to change that actually to CSV file name. Something else that I just thought of as well is to make sure that there's actually the right amount of things in the command line arguments. I should use the correct words, not just things. Arguments. So I'm going to change that to 1. Sorry. So we want to say if the length of sys.argv does not equal 2, because we need, this will be 1 and this will be the second. Then we want to sys.exit, and I'm just going to write something like not enough command line arguments, and then I'm going to say else. I'm going to get the CSV file name. Sorry, I'm going to create a variable called CSV file name, and I'm going to put in it the sysargv of position 1. So in this instance, this is position 0, this is 0, 1. So now I'm going to create a new function called check file, and I'm going to pass through CSV file name. Now down here I'm going to define check file, and I'm going to type in, so I'm just going to type in file name, and I've just spotted a mistake here, CSV. Cool. So I'm defining that, and now in here I want to say, so what's the first thing then? Sys exit that. CSV file name is the first one, and we're passing that through. So we're right at the top still. So we want to do if it doesn't end in CSV, then exit. So let's do that one first. If file name and right, so I need to use a slice for this. Was it -3 colon to get the last 3? What I'm going to do is I'm going to print that just to see what that comes back as, because I'm hoping when I press enter on this now, that should, so it's equal to 2, so it should pass that, it should go into the else. Then we've got CSV file name equals sysargv1, check file, sorry, we're plugging that in, and then all we're doing is printing the last 3 characters, I think, if I remember rightly. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, brill. So let's do, if I do fn.lower is equal to file name, the last 3 characters of file name dot lower, and now I'm going to type print fn.lower, and the idea of this is just to make sure that if I type that in, that should come back as CSV. Oh, it's not. Okay, so let's have a look. The name fn is not defined. Oh, yeah, there we go. No. Oh, I see what I've done. I need to do underscore, not full stop. There we go. Let's try that again. So that should come back as before, just CSV. Yep, brilliant. So now if I change that and change that to capital CSV, that should now be lower. Still brilliant. So the idea of that is so that it doesn't matter whether they enter the file name in upper or lowercase. The final 3 characters will be made lower regardless. Anyway, so we've done that. So fn lower equals file name last three and we're making it lower. So if fn lower does not equal CSV, and we're putting that in lowercase because, like I say, we've made it lowercase with that variable, then we want to sys.exit, and we want to say not a CSV file, and then we want to do else. So what's the other bit to this? If the file does not exist. So how did we do that? If the file does not exist, I think we needed to do a try statement. So try open file name. So we're going back to this variable name here, file name. And does that need to be in brackets? I think it does, or parentheses. Try open and then accept. I think it's just file does not exist. File does not exist error. Does not exist error. I'll have to check that. Then if that happens, then sys.exit again, and I'm just going to put file does not exist. Yeah, that is right. Okay, so I'm not sure if that is right, so bear with me. I'm just going to find out. So it looks like it's file not found error. So let's go back to this and file not found error. Oh, why do I keep putting spaces? There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's turned to the right color now. So now, what have we got? We've got making it lower, and then if the last three letters is not CSV, then sysexit with not a CSV file. Other to that, try to open the file name, except if the file not found error occurs, in which case sysexit and say that file does not exist. And then we'll do an else statement with this try except thing. And what do I want to do after this? So confirm file with the user. So I want to return file name. So then up here, check file, and I'm going to call it the same thing, file name. So we're plugging that into a variable called file name. It's coming back out. Yeah, that's making sense. And then from here, we want to create a new variable, and the idea of this variable now is to confirm the file with the user. So what I'm going to do is create one called confirm equals, actually I'm going to call that confirmation equals confirm underscore fn for file name, and I'm going to pass through file name into that. Yep, so confirm fn, I'm going to copy that, and from here I'm going to define a new variable, and let's just call that name. So in here, we want to ask the user if it's the right thing. So confirm equals input. Let's do it as is it formatted? I think it's formatted. String. Input is name the correct file name. And I'm going to put y/n. So if conf is equal to, actually I'm going to do that as a lower as well to make things easier for myself. So if conf is equal to y, then return name. So I'm just sending the file name back again. Else if conf is equal to n. Oh, I see what's happening. I was wondering why that kept jumping. It's because I don't need to be indented there. There we go, that's better. So if conf is equal to y, return the file name. Else if conf is equal to n. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll also do is or conf is equal to no. No, sorry, what am I doing? Yes. There we go. And then same again over here. Or conf is equal to no. Then what do I want to do after this then? So confirm file with a user. Do we then want to ask them if they want to try again? Yeah, let's do that. If they say no, it's not the right file, say so print. No, let's not print. Let's do retry. Let's create a new variable called retry equals input, and I'll say oops, oops. Oops. Would you like to try that again? And then from there we need to do another if statement. So if retry is equal to y, and again I'm going to do the same thing, so dot lower, or retry is equal to yes. Not yeah, yes, there we go. And then from there I want to say, can we just run this again? So define, yeah, can we try that? So confirm name, and do I need to plug name back in again? No, because I don't have a name, do I? Oh yes I do, of course I do, yeah. Let's try that then. Else, I'm just going to sys exit, because otherwise we could be there all day with that. And I just want it to be a relatively quick, easy code. So sys exit of try again when you're ready. There we go. Right, so we've got an if elif, so now we need an else. So that's if they enter in something completely wrong, else, and then I'll do another sys exit, dot exit, and I'll say oops. Looks like that's an incorrect input. I know that's not grammatically correct, but it doesn't matter. Looks like that's an incorrect input. Try again. Yeah, I'm just going to copy that. Try again when you're ready. Cool. So far all we're doing is confirming that it's the right file, essentially. Confirming that it's a CSV file, confirming that the file exists, and then confirming with the user that it is correct. And then, so what I'm going to do now is, because if it's yes, it's returning name. So at this point, because it's returning name, I'm just going to print success, basically, after that. Yeah, because it's saying if, then return it. So, is that right? Return confirmation. No, I think what I'll do is return true with if they do say it's yes, then return true. So then confirmation will then be equal to true. So then I can say if confirmation is equal to true, then print, I'm just going to say success for now, just to make sure this is working. And then else print something went wrong. I hope this is making sense. I hope it's making sense to you. It's kind of making sense to me as I'm writing it. So let's try that again then. So let's try Python add to list CSV. So if I press enter, all of this is going to kick off. And I'm hoping that it's going to come back as just success. File does not exist. Why does file not exist? We've got list.csv. That come back as file does not exist. So let's go through it line by line. If length is equal to 2, sys.exit, so not enough command line arguments, so it's not that one. File does not exist. It's this one here. So it's come down and it's looked file name. So what is file name? File name we are putting in check file, CSV file name. CSV file name is sys argv1. So if I do print CSV file name, that should be printing out list.csv. Ah, okay, so that's still upper. Yeah, that makes sense because I've typed it in as. So do I need to do dot lower here instead then? Dot lower. Right. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? So let's just do yes. Success. Perfect. Yeah, so that's working. So I needed to put dot lower here instead, so I can get rid of that line now. And then I can get rid of that dot lower there. File does not exist. So out of interest, why was that file name? Oh, that's right, because it's using this variable here. So I'm opening the file name and it's coming back as it's wrong because that is capitals. If I'd have put in fn lower into here, then that would have worked because I made it lower here. But if, as I've done it here before I've sent it through to that function, then that's not caused any issues there. Brill. So let's clear that so we can have a look, see what we're doing. So we've got Python add to list.py, which is this code, and then we're opening up, we want to open up list.csv, and I'm doing it in capitals. Is list.csv the correct file name, yes or no? I did just click Y, and it come back as success, so let's try N. Oops, would you like to try that again? And I'm going to say yes. Right, okay. So saying line 48, this line here, confirm name is not defined. Okay, so I think what I would need to do then, instead of trying to run this function again, is I would need to do a while true loop. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So let's see if we can rehash this then. Right, okay, let's try this. So while true, and then from here, let's indent that lot. If confirm is equal to y, or conf is equal to yes. So this is something that I said in my last video, I think. I had while true, well, I had the while true loop, and I think after this I needed to break, even though I returned it. Maybe not. Let's have a look. Let's see. I'm going to leave break out, and we're going to see what happens. So else if confirm is equal to no, retry equals input. Oops, would you like to try that again? If retry is equal to yes. So how would I go about that then? Let's have a think. So if confirm is equal to yes, return true. So that's coming, that's then breaking out. That should break out of the loop and just send it back. Yeah, because that's just a confirmation. And then else if it's no or n, do I just pass? So so ask them if they want to retry. If it's equal to y or yes, then pass, which I think then should pass this, go back to the while true loop. And it should go round and round and round, I think. Let's have a look. So we said no to that and yes to that. Oops, would you like to try that again? Yes. So now we're stuck. Ah, but that has broken out of it. So I think we're close with it. Yeah, so this is the thing that I was saying about actually. If I do break in that, but that's gone faded, so I don't think that is going to work, but let's try it. Is it correct? No. Would you like to try that again? Yes. And then it keeps asking that. So why? Why is that? Ah, hold on. Return true and then break. No, because then that breaks that. Okay, so that's not that. Right, this is something that I'm going to have to come back to, I think, because I'm running out of time now. But I think we are close, though. We're close to this. So if I say, is it the correct file name? Yes. Success. So that works. Is the list the correct file name? No. Oops, would you like to try that again? And I say no. Then it will try again when you're ready. So that's right. And if it's no and yes, that's when we get the annoying loop. So that's something that I need to look into. If you know what I've done wrong, feel free to pop it in the comments below. I'm going to try and figure this out on my own, though, of course, but it might help other people that are trying to do this same sort of thing. So it'd be great to get your input on this. Oh yeah, so let's just try YES and NO. So that all comes back with the same stuff. So that's all looking good so far. The other thing that I wanted to try was just unsure. Oops, looked like that's an incorrect input. Brilliant. Try again when you're ready. So that's great. That just pops out straight away. So far the code is looking relatively correct. I mean, it could probably be neatened up a little bit. I imagine it can by quite a bit. But I'm pretty happy with how that's looking so far. It's just this section here that I need to come back to and have a look at as to why that's looping. But I think I need a bit of a break from the screen, just to give myself a bit of a thought about that. So there we have it, my very first code with me. I hope you enjoyed it. It's got me scratching my head, that last little section there. So I'm going to come back and have a bit of a play about with that at some point, and then start to actually do the bit where I'm opening the file and appending the list and things like that. So we've only just started scratching the surface with this one just now. I'm really looking forward to continuing with this, and I hope that you can come along with the journey as well if you're interested. Please, as I said at the beginning of the video, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking, subscribing, and if you know anyone that might be interested in this, sharing it with them as well. That will really help to grow my channel, so I really appreciate any support that you're able to offer. So that's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.